Alright, what is up everybody? Welcome to more Clan Wars. I am Delphius, and today we are going to be looking at Wolf Owl Empire versus Badger Missionaries. We're going to start things off here with a match that was already completed, Tander Draco versus Floor, and then we've got a couple live matches lined up. We're going to have Tatanka versus Melvin Fro, that's going to be pretty awesome, and then Cavernus versus Rush, most likely, and then we're going to also finish up this battle tomorrow. Tomorrow I'll also be streaming P-Boop versus who are we against? Mice Musketeers. We'll be doing that tomorrow at 1 p.m. CST. So yeah, a couple of the players can't play at the moment, so that we're gonna finish up Wolf Owl Empire versus Badger Missionary. The last 2v2 will be tomorrow. As well as P-Boop versus Mice Musketeers. And then also, at about 2 hours from now, Heartseed is going to be casting Totoro Gang versus Street Ninjas. So, Wolf Owl Empire led by Tatanka versus Badger Missionaries led by Fleur de Lis. Right now, both teams are sitting 1-0. So, this is going to decide who is going to go into week number 3 2-0 and who is going to be 1-1. So, alright, yeah, we got some replays here. I think some of the players are still kind of getting ready, getting in position. So, we'll start with these replays, and hopefully the other two live 1v1 games will be ready at that point. Okay, let's get into it. Game number 1 here. Alright, spawning on the left-hand side, we got Tander Draco, aka Mini. And over on the right, we have Fleur de Lis. And taking a quick look at these decks here, the biggest difference that I see is the fact that Floor is going for moles as well as more tier 2 options, where Tander Draco does have the boar, and the boar is a pretty solid way to play nowadays. I mean, a lot of times, you know, you time that boar push on a late 1 base or 1.5 base is typically when we see it come out. And it generally does damage, right? I mean, unless the opponent really gets an early scout and has something like snakes or a bunch of falcons, maybe some balloons, something like that, to hold it down. But I'm actually really curious because I know Tander Draco enjoys board pushes and board timings, and I'd love to see Floor really hold one of those off successfully, because most of the time, I mean, generally the boar will get some kind of damage done, right? It does so much damage to the structures with its extra crit from the flamethrower, but then of course when it blows up and dies, it's also going to get some extra value. But maybe we won't even see a boar this game, as Floor does have moles. So we'll see if he does decide to get more aggressive here in the early game. So far, nothing too crazy. I mean, it looked like there's a little bit of pre-8 farm Warren shenanigans, but, you know, we're generally at an 8 farm double here. No, actually, Mini's going to go for 8 farm into tier 2. I think Floor did scout this. I like this opening from Mini. Or Tander, I gotta say Tandor. It's confusing when players don't have the right names. I should just go into the replay, like, because the replay files are just XML files, so they're really easy to edit. So yeah, Floor's pretty much matching suit at this point. Both players getting into some cams. I like this for Floor actually going up to double cam. It's gonna take about the same amount of time to get 2 cams anyways, so you might as well. I mean, he knows Tandor is not really gonna put on aggression until Tander's got his own chameleons out on the map, so I like this, yeah. I like raising the stakes, and now we're in a chameleon war, because again, Tander sees double tier 2 and wants to match that as well. So we're getting a nice big fat mid game on our hands here. Tander's really throwing down a lot of tier 1s, so maybe he's gonna wait for the 4 cams to hit the field, and then move out, backing that up with Squizzard. No second bases yet. Again, we might get stuck in like a 1 base, like who's gonna flinch first situation here, because it's really dangerous if you're in Fleur's shoes to try to expand, you know, and then get caught with your pants down, so to speak, and Tander Draco shows up with a few too many tier 1 and ends up winning the game. So let's see. I'm curious if anyone's gonna get aggressive or not. Right now we're in a little bit of an arms race. An additional tier 2 Warren gets thrown down by Tander, but he's not going to wait. He's got 3 chameleons on the field. He's got a handful of tier 1, but Floor looks ready for this. I mean, Floor's got all 4 of his chameleon. He's got plenty of his own tier 1. I don't think this is going to work for Tandor, and Tandor agrees and backs up for now, and is just gonna hang out, get some falcons up in the air. Need to really see a second base here soon. We're kind of getting to that point, but no, some moles coming down from Floor, gonna round out the army. Okay, there we go. Gristmill taken from Floor. Always keep in mind that at that 5-minute mark is when the main base starts to fallow out. So you generally want to expand before then, or really be dealing some damage to your opponent. And again, Tander keeps posturing to attack here, and I'm getting a little bit worried for him. If Floor does get this expansion up and starts putting some farms on it, but Tander is actually moving at a really interesting angle here. Floor's not going to be prepared for this. He does see Bellifight scouting in, but does Floor see the army? Actually doesn't. Where is this army? Okay, Tander moved it back, but no, the chameleons are here, and they're going to snipe this gristmill very quickly. 120 bucks down the drain, but let's see if Tander can return the favor. 2 of the cams died. Floor is really trying to get this stealth reveal. The juke with Tander getting these cams out. All right, Floor, I think he has another chance for a stealth reveal here, but he's got to find the cams. No, he's just... Oh, Tander lets go of the button. And the chameleons just kind of come out of stealth and start attacking. That's a huge blow to Tander Draco, and I think Floor just wins the game off of that. I mean, Tander really needed to get those chameleons back home. And the fact that, you know, all the chameleons were dead before this battle started, Floor should be able to just roll right through here. So, Tander trying to do some esports play, trying to do some gristmill sniping with those cams. Ends up costing him the game with a little bit of miscontrol there, letting those chameleons unstealth. And it looks like Floor is going to take it. Nicely done. Cool game. Okay. Point on the board for Floor, the clan leader of the Badger Missionaries. Nicely done. Let's hop into game number 2, see if Tander Draco can bring it back. I do want to see a board push out of Tander, just for my own knowledge and understanding. In the left-hand side, Tander Draco, aka Mini, and in the bottom right, Floor Delise. Alright, got some snakes on board this time. What did Floor drop for the snakes? He had a different tier 2, didn't he? Or am I crazy? Why is my mind blanking right now? What other tier 2 really is there? There's ferrets. That's about it. So no, I guess this is the same deck as last time. Alright. We just gotta let this one brew for a little bit. Pretty similar comps as last game. And yeah, so again, if anybody's just tuning in now, we're gonna finish up. We're gonna play the last 2v2 of the series tomorrow. I'm also gonna be streaming tomorrow at a similar time at 1 p.m. CST actually, so an hour later than I started today. That's going to be my clan P-Boop versus Mice Musketeers. I think we're mostly playing today, but I'm just going to cast from replays tomorrow. And then also, Heartseed will be casting Totoro Gang versus... What's the last one? Totoro Gang versus Street Ninjas, that's right. He's going to be casting that in a couple hours here. So 8 farm doubled from both sides. Map's kind of small. Really straightforward, really linear map. You know, all this stuff up here is just nothingness for the most part. Both sides with 2 expansions. Pretty balanced map, to be honest. I'm not sure who I like it better for. Maybe Tandor, because the second base is a lot safer. I mean, Floor really can't even attack into the second base. Oh, there is a sneaky little spot right here, which Tander did identify and throw a mine down. Floor scouted that out as well. But yeah, attacking into Tander's natural is going to be very difficult for Floor, whereas for Tander, attacking into Floor's natural will be quite easy. So Floor has scouted the expansion mill from Tander Draco. Hasn't taken his own mill yet, instead going up to double tier 2, so He might be trying a Skunk Falcon push to punish this. Might not be bad, actually, if he ends up utilizing this little choke point with the Skunks there. That could turn out quite nice. Hey, Rapid, what's up, man? Good to see you again. Yeah, we're doing Clan Wars right now. We had a fantastic 1v1. If you're hungry for some top tier Tooth and Tail, check out my VODs or YouTube. The TNT Championship Premier League Grand Finals, Melvin Fro versus Araloo was really cool. So right now we've got some posturing going on. Floor finally taking a second base, but he is kind of behind. I'm a little bit worried for Floor here. Which I wouldn't mind seeing Tander win this game so we can go to a game 3. And I'd really like to see how Tander utilizes the boar. Let's see. When is he gonna... Oh man, I was getting excited there for a second. But so far so good for Tander, to be honest. I mean, he got his expansion up and running a lot earlier than Floor did. Floor wasn't able to punish at all. Again, this is a really hard expansion to attack into. So Floor is trying to make up for that now. He's got the farming going on pretty hard here. Ooh, Tander scouted the 4 farms, sells off some farms, and there's the big bad boar. Okay. So, yeah, would love to see this boar push. And again, I mean, it's going to be deadly. Floor really needs to scout it, but Tander's doing a really good job right now positioning his army to deny the scout. Floor's got some falcons anyways, but yeah, you need, I think 4 is the magic number, which he is going up to. Actually, you know what? The comp that he's putting together should fare quite nicely against the boar, but what I'm worried about is this angle of attack coming in here from Tandor. I mean, the boar push happens, right? If the boar starts flamethrowing down the second base, let's say Floor wins that fight, but Tander kind of wins the war, right? I mean, even if the boar goes down, as long as that second base gets killed, that's essentially checkmate. So, and again, Floor still hasn't gotten confirmation on this boar. He can probably assume it. I think Tander Draco... Oh, no, I'm sorry. He did scout it. Huh. I must have missed that. Oh, and here we go. Floor's going to try to move in before the boar is ready through this sneaky path. Even checking for mines, but didn't quite check a tile far enough. Get some pre-skunk gas coming in. And a big attack coming forward. This is actually working quite well. Oh, Tander's army was super out of position. I think he was trying to do some Metal Gear Solid Chameleon play. And his chameleons were across the map, and Floor is just crushing down on this. Already gets the second base, and again, a lot of times in that situation, I mean, once you taking out the second base, unless the opponent can really counterattack and return the favor, I mean, that can most of the time be GG. So let's see, a couple Falcons in the air are going to start hitting down on this board. Tander really needs to just punch through with this board and kill the second base of Floor. If he does that, then we get into a really cool, scrappy game. But he's got to get damage done right now. Tander running home for a second. He's got to decide on what he wants to sell. He sells down a couple tier 2 Warrens, but he can't let up on the pressure. Yeah, even grabs his tank mill here up in the front. Alright, so Tander gonna push forward with the boar, and if he can get the boar on top of this, the Falcons aren't quite ready yet. It's mostly just squirrels here, which the boar generally does pretty good against. All these squirrels melting down, but Tander really needs to kill the mill. He needs to target that mill with the boar, and I think he's gonna get it. Oh my god, nicely done there by Tander. Both players down to a single farm left on the main base, and the boar lives. Oh, this is devastating for Floor. I love these kind of games when we get into these awkward positions where players have to, sell things down, utilize just a few units, a few farms. But the fact that the boar lived is absolutely huge. Both players do have additional gristmills up, though, so they're able to grab some more farms here. Get out of starvation. And Tander moving forward with this boar. This is so hard for Floor. I like the... I mean, it's really smart what Floor just did there. He targeted down the supporting units. It's very common. It's a common mistake, and I do this a lot as well, where, you got to kill that boar, right? So you want to focus that down. But in reality, you want to focus down all the units that are supporting the boar, leave the boar alone, and then it's easy to pick off. Nicely done by Tander, putting that boar in the water, giving it a bath. You get extra healing regeneration rate while standing in water. Oh no, the stream is stuttering, says Urban. I'm not dropping any frames. Is it stuttering for anybody else? Let me know. Alright, Kerpa says it's normal. I think it's on you, Olive. Thanks, Kerpa. Alright, so four falcons in the air for Floor. Floor with 4 falcons, that's a mouthful. And that's all he's got. Good job from Tander picking one of those off with the squirrels. Floor doing a good job farming back up a little bit, but doesn't have any army to support this. And Falcons are a very powerful unit, but they're a support unit. They're glass cannons. They need front line, and there it is. Tander Draco stomping through with some really good board play and decision making there, which is great. That brings us to 1-1. We get to see match 3. That's always good. And let me check. Okay, it's gonna be a little while for Melvin. Just trying to see about the live games that are coming up next. We might need we might need to buy some time. I don't know. Maybe I can hop into unranked and play some matches with some people while we wait or something like that. That could be pretty fun. All right, game number 3. All right, spawning in the top, we've got Tander Draco, and in the bottom left, Fleur de Lis. Same decks from both sides again. Bigger map this time around. Actually looks fine to me, just at first glance, you know. Plenty of mill opportunities for both sides. I like this little 3 o'clock secret base that Floor is already scouting. That could be fun if somebody grabs that later on. So yeah, we gotta let this one brew for a minute. So again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Just a little bit of update on the event. This is the second week of the Clan War. And Heartseed will be casting Toad Gang versus Street Ninjas in about an hour and a half. And I will be casting P-Boop versus Mice Musketeers tomorrow at 1 p.m. CST. So yeah, we're going to get everything casted this weekend. And then also the last match of Wolf Owl Empire, Wolf Owl Empire versus Badger Missionaries will be tomorrow as well, just because people scheduled. So we're at 8 farms. I wouldn't hate to see fast tier 2 or even fast expansions here. I mean, the rush distance is very very small, very far away. Excuse me, I can talk. There we go. Tander taking a quick mill. I like this opening a lot. Single farm Warren into a mill. The map is nice and large, so you don't have to be too worried about an attack. It would be kind of cool to see Floor like punish that anyways, though, with the big mole push, but it is very risky. Attacking in general in Tooth and Tail is pretty risky unless you just kind of know you have some advantage. Floor with a little bit of mind games here on the tier 2. Tander Draco did scout that tier 2, which is going to make him go into some tier 2. So maybe Floor is going to mull, and yeah, here it is. The mull's coming. Really good job from Floor to show that tier 2. You know, lull Tander Draco into a false sense of security, and then come in with a big mole mine push, or a mole squirrel, rather. So Tander knows what's going on. Tander hasn't committed to this mill, so if Floor really throws his army away to kill this mill, that could be pretty bad for him, actually. I mean, the mill's only 60 bucks. Let's see if Tander has enough to defend. Tander's gonna let that mill go. While his units start building. I don't think the Chameleons are going to be out in time. These moles getting up on top of the Warrens. Moles with that extra critical hit against structures. And Floor already dealing some really nice damage here. Good job microing his commander, making sure not to lose that. Pretty low HP there, so nice, it heals back up. And yeah, I think this might be game. Really good decision making from Floor. He sold Tandor a false idea, right? You know, Tander wants to expand and get into tier 2. He scouts Floor's base. He sees the tier 2 Warren, and he's like, "Great, I'm safe. You know, I'm ready to go. I can get some cams." And then Floor shifts gears, builds some more tier 1, builds some more moles, pushes in. GG. All right, so it looks like we're waiting here for a little bit. So, you know, in the spirit of the 2v2 events, does anybody want to play some 2v2 with me while we wait. Anybody can just hop right in. Let's see 2v2. Yeah, here we go, let's go. Let's go, chat. Don't let me down. Get in here. Alright, so that's a point on the board for Badger Missionary, and we are just gonna wait until the players are ready. Alright, we got Olive in here. Alright, who else wants to play? Play some 2v2s while we wait. Oh, team 2, Olive. Alright, I see how it is. Couple more. No password, just wide open, unranked lobby. While we wait for the players to get ready. There we go, we got a cactus. We need one more. Alright, who's gonna be on my team? Alright, Lucas is coming. Alright, we got Cavernus. There you go. Alright, if more people want to play, we can, we can filter people in and out. Alright, that's a good random deck to me. Yeah, if anybody else wants to play, just go ahead and join the game as a spectator, and we can take turns or something. Alright, I like this random deck. I've got Squirrel Mole, I got Fox. Fox, my favorite unit. I got some defense. Alright, let's do this. Oh god, who am I? Okay, I'm red. That's right. Alright, me and Cavernus. Cavernus rocking his old Lizard Wizard magic tag. He's on, is he on Badger? He's on Badger Missionary this season, I think. Okay. It could be a bastard with some moles. I do have moles. Alright, I'm hoping, yeah, Cavernus is gonna follow up Scout good. That'll let me scout the map. Check things out. Okay. Alright, nobody's rushing, that's good. Ooh, we got some decent bases up here. If I threw like a balloon right here or something, that could be pretty nice. Good job, Cavernus. Continuing to scout the enemy as I scouted the map. Hashtag teamwork. I really want to get into a Fox. We should probably really take the space though. I hate being on the low ground like this. Alright. What are they doing? Alright, more tier 1 at the moment. Okay. Oh, Cavernus is Wolf Owl. Okay, yeah, I'm sorry. Alright, he's taking that. Very good. Can I just throw like a balloon right there? Can we defend this? They might attack. Cavernus, get into position. Defend my balloon. Alright, good job. Nice. The balloon's gonna get up. Yeah, I think we got this. Nice. Nice job. There we go. Careful of the toads. Alright. A couple moles here, round things out. Some Chad moles. Might want to piggyback this balloon up a little bit. Here, put your wire around the balloon right here, brother. Move the wire up here. Put your wire here. Yeah, my man. Nice. Nice. Alright. We're in a good spot. Have they expanded? I can scout. Oh god, they're coming in. Or they're doing it. Oh, move the squirrels back. Okay, I think the moles mostly took the toad hits. Oh man, they're slamming through though! Ah! Sell the farm! Okay, well I don't think they have expansions. And Cavernus He's got his expansion up and running, so that's nice. All right, we're gonna be bold here. Don't tell them, chat. Don't tell Olive what I'm doing. All right. Alright, what are they? We need a scout. It's been a while. Alright, second base on the way for Cactus and Olive. Okay, mostly just tier 1 still. That's a lot of tier 1. Alright. So I'm kind of getting caught without a second base. I might want to just take this cabin, maybe. Okay. Alright, how's my fox coming? Alright, we're getting close. We're gonna save some money for the fox. Alright, Cavernus is doing good. Okay, here comes a balloon. No. They got a lot of defense. Alright, I need to be sneaky, chat. I need a second base. This is not good. There we go. What's happening? Oh, they have a fox! Cactus, you son of a bitch. Alright. Oh, they have all these mines? God. Oh, Cavernus is... Alright, bring him back. Take the high ground. Oh, Cavernus is going in. Alright, my fox is here. I think we lose. That's so much tier 1. Good lord. Poke. I don't think it's gonna be enough. They have a balloon up too, don't they? Yeah. Alright, this is not looking good, chat. Kind of sneak one of those right there. Alright. Alright, we need one last hurrah here. Ugh, the toads, man. Ooh, I gotta be careful. We are getting slaughtered. Yeah, they've got second bases and we don't. This is the problem. I think Cavernus is ready to tap. Alright. GG. GG, well played. Oh, you did good, man. You did good. Alright. Turn to the lobby. If anybody else wants to hop in here, I can do casting, right? Does anybody wanna one more? Let's see if anybody else wants to play. Oh no, don't leave. Alright, Olive's gone. Cactus taking my hopper. Yeah, you're good, Olive. Take it easy, man. Alright. Getting tired of winning. No, see that move is the win a game real quick and then bail out, right? You're taking your hopper back. Alright. Okay, Lupus is coming in, I think. Yeah, just a heads up, everybody. I'm kind of just buying time right now for the live players to be ready to play. So yeah, 2v2 lobby open. If anybody wants to play a couple games while we wait, feel free to hop right in. I think Tatanka is here. I think we're waiting on Melvin. Cavernus and Lupus are here. So we're waiting on Melvin and Rush. It's the Badger Missionaries slowing things down. Wag of the finger to the Badgers here. Okay. Yeah, you want to be on the same... That's fine. I'll be on team with Cactus. The Badger Missionaries are busy prophesizing somewhere out there trying to convert people. They're scared. Alright, I think Lupus is on the way to play a 2v2. And yeah, so again, thanks everybody for tuning in. Sorry we got a little bit of downtime here. We're just waiting on some Badger Missionary players to be ready to roll. And Heartseed's going to be casting another clan battle at 2 p.m. my time, so an hour and a half. And then about this time tomorrow, I'm going to be casting P-Boop versus Mice Musketeers. That should be done today. That should be casted through replays. Alright, I'm growing impatient. I have a new idea of what we're doing. We're gonna go to a 1v1. You two are gonna fight for the amusement of the chat. And I'm gonna spectate. 1v1 each other. Do it. Yes, Cavernus, fight Cactus to the death. There we go. Alright, good luck, have fun. Here we go. Let's see what these guys got. Is Cactus on a team? Lupus, is Cactus in the Clan Wars? Top left we have Cactus, and on the bottom, Cavernus. Cavernus is Wolf Owl Empire. Cactus is also Wolf Owl Empire. Oh. Look, we got all these Wolf Owl Empire people ready to roll. All these Badger Missionaries are MIA. Shaking my head, man. But we've got Cactus, we've got Lupus, we've got like the whole team is here. Tatanka. Besides like Tandor, I think Tandor's like the only one who's not here right now, right? And he had that done in advance. Alright, we got Toads from Cactus. I'm pretty hyped for that. Also Owl, we don't see Owl that much. I think Cavernus' deck is really, really good. I think it's pretty meta standard. I think you could swap out the Lizard with Toad or Mole. Probably Mole, like Squirrel Mole is really good. Also the Balloon, you could probably do Turret or Mine as well in that slot. But generally a pretty strong, solid deck. Cactus, pretty similar, just the only difference. Yeah, now that I'm looking at Cactus's deck, I mean the swap outs that I just said, right? Like instead of Lizards he has Toads, instead of Balloons he has MG. But he's running Owl instead of Boar. Hey, we've got a wild Melvin Fro here. Awesome. Does that mean we can do Tatanka versus Melvin? All right, we have this grudge match. We're not gonna call this short. These Cactus and Cavernus were nice enough to entertain the masses while we waited. So we're gonna see this through, and then we're gonna cast Tatanka versus Melvin Fro. Coming up here in a minute. Alright, let's see what these players are up to. Lots of Toads from Cactus, giving the people what they want. Let's go. I'm always hyped for Toads. And then versus Squizzard from Cavernus here. So lots of tier 1 at the moment. No tier 2, no expansions. We getting caught into what I like to call tier 1 chicken, right? If I try to... What's the word I'm looking for? Like, get out of tier 1. Transition. There we go. Jeez. If I try to transition out of tier 1 and the opponent doesn't, you can get ran over, right? So that's what I mean by tier 1 chicken. And here comes Cactus. He's got a lot of Toads. I don't know if this attack's going to work. He's going to need some really good connections. And a lot of the Lizards actually going down pretty much for free there. And Cactus, yeah, gets some good hits. But I don't know. Maybe for free was a bit of an overstatement because Cavernus does clean up the attack quite nicely. So, yeah, pretty even trade, right? I think Cavernus came out on top a little bit there, but Cactus is fine. Cactus just as a bruise from that. Looks like he's gearing up for round number 2, though. Alright, let's see if Cactus, see if he commits. He does expand behind. Pretty similar numbers from both sides. Yeah, I like the posturing. I don't think Cactus should move in. I think he should just kind of poke, but he is going to move in here. Let's see these Toad hits. Pretty decent. But you have to keep in mind, Cavernus does have this defender's advantage. This is why attacking is so difficult in this game. And Cavernus cleans this up. And that time around, actually, damn. Look at the army graphs again. Really close. Really close trade. It felt like Cavernus came out more on top, but it was probably because the defender's advantage, right? Like the new units Cavernus was making were like already there in the front. Alright, while this goes on, I gotta do some background stuff. Alright. Cactus, again, coming in for some Toad action. Ooh, tries to get some good connections, but the Lizards kind of block him there at the end. But still, Cactus is left over with quite a few more units. He might be able to punch down this Gristmill or even get a couple Warrens. Oh, there it is. Cavernus taps out. Nicely done. Some fun Squirrel Toad versus Squizzard action. Thanks, guys, for helping us buy some time there. And let me create a match here. Oh, jeez. No, that's not what I meant to do. Sorry, guys. You have fun. Create a match. Alright. Here we go. Match is up. I know everybody just saw the password, but please do not join if you were not one of the players, just so we don't have any lag or anything. Okay, let me update the scoreboard. And we've got Tatanka versus Melvin Fro here. This is a real match. That wasn't too bad. What, we played a 2v2, hung out for a little bit, watched a 1v1. Yeah. Alright. Yeah, good to go. Alright. I think Melvin's upset Tatanka stole his Archimedes. So it doesn't... for people who aren't super familiar with the game, your commander doesn't do anything. It's just flavor. Everybody kind of has their favorite commander. I think Melvin Fro generally plays Archimedes. I think Tatanka normally plays Quartermaster? Alright, Melvin. Might have to message him. Okay. Alright, so I think this is going to be the last match of today. I think some of the other players are not available. So we're going to finish up Wolf Owl Empire vs. Badger Missionaries tomorrow at the start of the P-Boot Mice Musketeers match. Sometimes this happens in events like this. It's just hard to keep track of everybody and get them, you know. Sometimes things come up or people forget. So, no worries. Definitely very used to it, hosting and organizing tournaments. I think we'll get it all sorted out, and we'll have all the matches finished by the weekend at least. Okay, here we go. Tatanka versus Melvin Pro. This is a very top-tier matchup. We've got here in the bottom Melvin, and in the top Tatanka. Both of these players, no strangers to Premier League, even Grand Finals. We saw Melvin Pro versus Erlu last season of the Premier League Finals, and the season before that we had Tatanka versus Mishi. So literally the last 2 seasons of Premier League Grand Finals, which is kind of the most prestige tooth and tail tournament, has involved both these players. Both these players rocking the Badgers too. I'm surprised to not see. I mean, Melvin is on brand, right? I mean, Badger Missionaries, but Tatanka forsaking his Wolf Owl. He's part of the Wolf Owl Empire. So pretty big map. I like it better for Tatanka because I do really like this second base he's got up here. It's not bad though for Melvin. Attacking in here is a little bit awkward because the terrain and the water and the trees and stuff. It's a shame you didn't get a base right here, right? Like, this looks like the game almost generated a gristmill right here. It was like, nah, we're gonna have this run-down shack instead. So, yeah, the map is definitely better for Tatanka here. It's not unplayable for Melvin. Not by a long shot. I mean, Melvin can easily just expand out this way, right? But I like this 3 bases nice tucked in for Tatanka here, especially the second base on the high ground. With the awkward ramping, I mean, it's a little bit difficult for Melvin to attack into. But it'd be really cool to see this ramping maybe bite Tatanka in the butt, though, because imagine his army's out here, and then Melvin comes in like this, right? Now you're in this really awkward position to try to get there. Tatanka with Miss Rally almost sent some squirrels onto their doom, but we've got a proper farm inning here. Both players with the gentleman's agreement handshake, and just going to boot right up to a bunch of farms. Now that they've both confirmed that they're both doing this, we're probably going to see them shoot right up to 16 farm. Again, Tatanka with this squirrels. I don't know if this is a mistake or if he's trying to mind games on Melvin or something, but he's playing with fire. Yeah, looks like we're going to have a straight 16 from both sides. And I gotta say, I like Melvin Pro's army comp better if we do get into this, you know, everybody build up a big economy, macro into your favorite units, and swing kind of situation. You know, Melvin Pro with the Fox is going to do very nicely against most of Tatanka's units. Oh no, not the lag. It's going to go away here in a second. Okay, good. Does anybody remember what countries? Is Tatanka Europe or is he South America? I think Tatanka's Europe and Melvin. Is Melvin South America? I'm not good at all with player nationalities. I know Erlu is South America, and I always say that he's Europe on accident. I'm a dumb American, so anybody who's not in USA is Europe. Both EU. Okay, thank you. Makes sense. Alright, so the Badger does get scouted by Melvin. Sees exactly what Tatanka's up to. Has Tatanka scouted the Fox Badger? Yes, he has. So, yeah, we're going to get into some big, huge Tier 2, Tier 3 armies, and I think this is going to favor Melvin. Like, I don't see... This maybe a good engagement. Maybe some good micro or something, but in theory, right, like, the Fox is just going to be ideal here. And I think Tatanka realizes that and is why he's not going heavy on Tier 2. You know, he can't really build Falcons. The Fox eats Falcons for breakfast. Mines can win this for Tatanka. Yeah, that's true. That's a good point. If Tatanka does get some good mine connections. Don't get me wrong. I mean, it's not impossible for Tatanka to... Well, you know what? I mean, Tatanka coming in. Melvin's not quite ready yet. But he's about to be. And yeah, okay, so this is really nice for Tatanka. He's going to get the initiative here. Melvin Pro's hadn't quite completed the puzzle of his army comp by the time Tatanka was ready to march right into the front door. Look at this, second base already goes down. So, I mean, that's generally game-ending damage. But, let's see, Melvin Fro just zapped that Badger with the Fox. And now Melvin Fro is going to be marching across the map to return the favor. At the very minimum, he's got to destroy the second base, but I definitely think he will. Tatanka sells off the Badger. And another problem, too, is all these Warrens are right here in the front. They're just going to get mowed down. The Badger is pretty low, but there are pigeons to heal. Okay, the Squirrel's not doing bad so far. Ooh, 2 HP on the Badger! Oh, that's game. If the Badger would have died there, I wouldn't be surprised to see a tap from Tatanka here. 2 HP on the Badger. Either love it, you love to see it, or you hate to see it, depending on your feelings on the Badger. And Melvin Fro is just going to pretty much perform it. Oh, there it goes. Gets the Badger. Okay, you know what? The second base is still alive here for Tatanka. Melvin hasn't quite completed the mission, but plenty of chameleons here on the front. So let's see, Melvin's still got to push a little bit farther. Oh, it's so weird not seeing Melvin Fro's name in yellow. Oh my god. Tatanka keeps the second base alive! A lot of the farms went down, though. And the Fox lives. Okay, we're in a really scrappy situation here. Who's got the better army? It's pretty close. But the Fox really, really thrives in these scrappy situations. And Melvin is committing to more cams, more Badgers. So I wonder if Tatanka can push out right now. He does have a pretty significant squirrel lead. Well, the Fox, though. I mean, this Fox should just really clean everything up. Yeah, here we go. A little bit of water is a bit dicey for the Fox, but it'll be just fine. Yeah, I mean, this Fox is just gonna get so much value. Melvin is starving. And, oh my god, the Fox, 3 HP! Okay, sells off the cams, gets some more farms. Gonna heal back up that Fox. The Fox Badger out for Melvin against a handful of squirrels for Tatanka. I think Tatanka really needs some sick minds to just kill the Fox, right? And he also needs to really ramp back up. But his second base is so fallowed out, you almost don't want to build farms there, but you kind of have to. Nicely done there by Melvin, knocking out these mines. And yeah, this is, alright, base trade situation, I think is what's happening. Yeah, let's zoom it on out. And yeah, Tatanka looks like he just taps out. And that is going to be it for game number 1 here. Hopping into game number 2, Melvin Fro taking match number 1. And it looks like Tatanka is going to grab the fox or the owl this time to combat the Fox. On the left-hand side, we have Tatanka, and in the top right, Melvin. So double tier 3 from Tatanka as well, going for the owl route to give the Fox a hard time. So we gotta let this one keep going. And this is gonna be the last series for today. We're gonna have to wrap up Wolf Owl Empire vs. Badger Missionaries tomorrow. In about an hour from now. Or I'm sorry, about this time tomorrow is when the stream will go live again. But in about an hour from now, Heartseed will also be casting a match of the Clan Wars. So pretty similar decks. The only difference, Cam, Fox for Melvin, Skunk, Owl for Tatanka. I think this time around, Tatanka can potentially put together the better army in the late game. Skunk, Falcon, Owl is a very strong comp. But it's gonna depend on a lot. Let's see how they're gonna approach this game. Are we just gonna have straight 16 farms again? Into tier 3, is anybody gonna try to move out early? I think Tatanka, if you wanted to, I mean, Squirrel, Pigeon, Skunk, Falcon's a pretty strong, like, early to mid-game push. But nope, I think we're going to be, again, stuck in both players scouting. The other one's getting farms, and either one wants to fall behind in farms. So it just becomes this race up to 16. Let's see if anybody deviates or tries to mind games. You can always like sell off a bunch of farms after the scout, build some squirrels to push in. But generally it's safer to just farm up, not try anything too fancy. And yep, we're gonna go right up to 16 farms. These players really enjoy the macro style. This is a really small rush distance too. Kind of surprising nobody tried anything here, but it makes sense. I mean, at this level, generally players know like exactly enough to hold on, if that makes sense. Like it's hard to catch Tatanka or Melvin like being too greedy, you know what I mean? Like they're gonna scout your warrants, they're gonna respond in time. And they're going to still be a farm or two ahead. Badger already on the way here for Melvin. Tatanka to scout it. He's going to grab his own. Probably the owl too? Nope, okay. Actually, instead going to go for 3 bases. And you know, I hadn't really commented on the map, but this is a very good map for Tatanka here. You know, I mean, 1 entrance into 3 bases on the high ground with water outside of it? Like, come on. You can ask for a better spawn than this, and Melvin's in a bit of a pickle because he doesn't really have a 3rd base option. I mean, he can... This is literally the only other mill in the map. He could grab some campfires, but that's not gonna make up the difference. So, Melvin really should be trying to attack here shortly, because when Tatanka gets up to 3 base, I mean, Melvin's just gonna be so far behind economically. Yeah, Melvin is going to see that 3rd base is underway, and is not going to be happy about that. And yeah, Tatanka is just gearing up for this late game here. Look at all these Falcons. Really curious he's going this hard with the Falcons when he knows that Melvin has Fox, but Melvin hasn't built a Fox yet. So there is that. But I think the onus is really to move out is really on Melvin. I think Melvin's the one who has to decide when the timing is and push. Because again, if he just sits here, this 3rd base from Tatanka will most likely just win Tatanka the game. So it looks like we're in a Falcon arm race here. And I think Melvin needs to pull the trigger soon. This 3rd base is almost done from Tatanka. And yeah, here we go. Melvin's moving out. How the army's looking. Alright. Melvin's got a little bit more on the army graph. Gonna push in. This Badger is just gonna get deleted by these Falcons, most likely. Let's see. Let's see the control for Melvin. I'm gonna go ahead and grab this build before the fight starts. He didn't pull this back. It's gonna die so fast. Alright, gets back. There's a lot of healing. If Tatanka over-targets the Badger, though, the enemy Falcons will just mow him down. Tatanka's own Badger is out on the board, but it might be too late. Melvin won the air fight. I think Melvin's just going to slice and dice through the rest of this army. Really good Badger control. It's still alive. At this point, even if it dies, it shouldn't really matter. And the Badger from Tatanka goes down. Melvin Pro. GG. Gonna put another point on the board for Badger Missionaries. Well played there by Melvin. Okay, I think that is it for today, everybody. We're gonna leave it off. Badger Missionaries up 2 points. So, in order for Wolf Owl Empire to win, we're gonna have to win both their matches tomorrow. And they're going to have to win both their matches tomorrow and the grudge match. The ace match, I should say. Which is a best of 1 based on the clan leader's approval. So, Badger Missionaries up 2 points. Wolf Owl Empire in a bad spot. And that is where we're going to have to leave it for today. Thanks everybody for tuning in. It's always a pleasure. And yeah, if you wait about an hour, we will have Heartseed casting Totoro Gang versus Street Ninjas. So I will see you all over there in about an hour. Take it easy, everybody.